In this video, we're going to cover the 100 rules of football you should live by. This is part 1 of a 10-part series, and this video will cover the first 10 rules. In case we haven't met yet, my name is Mohammed, and after playing European football in Spain with the same professional academy owned by Ronaldo Nazario, I created this series to pass down some of the lessons I've learned along the way. That being said, let's get right into it. Rule number 1, stop being afraid to receive the ball after you mess up. We all mess up, even the professionals do it. But what makes them stand out is the fact that they still want the ball despite making a mistake. So the next time you mess up during the game, tell yourself, I messed up and that's okay. Beating yourself up and feeling down won't help you one bit. Remember, you want to give yourself a competitive edge at all times, which means you need to be your #1 fan. If that little voice inside your head is doubting you, ask yourself, why are we even having this conversation? This conversation doesn't serve me because the mistake already happened. Rule number 2, don't criticize a teammate the way you wouldn't want to be criticized. You never know how deep words can hit. Just think about it for a second. Would you want someone else telling you how much of an idiot you are for messing up? Of course not. So be kind and show your teammate empathy, especially when they're having a bad game. Remember, at the end of the day, you're on the same team. Rule number 3, if you lose the ball, fight to win it back. Listen, 100% ball retention is not possible and shouldn't be possible unless you're playing it safe all the time, which in that case, you may as well stay on the bench. Try something new. If you lose the ball, get it back. Don't complain or whine that you lost the ball. Instead, track back and show your teammates and coaches your work ethic so they know that you actually care. Rule number 4, you win as a team and lose as a team. No in between. Don't be selfish. Yes, you may have played well, but don't rub it on your teammates and encourage everyone else. You must lead by example. And if your team lost the game, don't go into depression and take everyone else with you. Try to be emotionless and focus on the lessons. Take care of your teammates and give them support. Remember, you don't need to be wearing the captain's armband to be a leader on the field. Rule number 5, if the opponent is injured, simply play on. Don't be a nice guy. Do everything in your power to win the match. Remember, this is not a charity event. We are here to win, and we are here to win by all means necessary. Play the nice guy once the match is over, but during the game, use every little trick to gain an unfair advantage over your competitors. Rule number 6, your diet is just as important as your training. Train hard and eat healthy. This might sound tough, but you have to be selfish when it comes to your diet. Learn how to cook for yourself and fuel your body with the right food. If you come from an immigrant family like myself, then you know that sometimes the foods in your culture are too oily or borderline unhealthy for you as a footballer. And I know it might feel like you're disrespecting your parents by not eating their food, but remember, you need to prioritize yourself and not let someone else's emotions affect the food you put in your body. Rule number 7, it's either the ball or the man. Only one of them is getting past you. Assert dominance on the field and make your presence felt, even if it means getting an occasional yellow card. Now, don't be silly. Stay below the radar and make challenges when the moment is just right. Especially if you're a defender or playing in the midfield, you need to show your opponents you're aggressive. Rule number 8, don't let a win get to your head and don't let a loss get to your heart. Learn to always stay grounded and enjoy the process. If you win the match, give yourself a pat on the back and get back into training mode. Go back and analyze your match and see if there's anything you could have done better. If you lost the match, don't be hard on yourself. Get back into training and go back to review all the mistakes you've made. Create a plan to fix the weaknesses and address the issues as quickly as possible. If there's one takeaway I can give you, don't make the same mistake twice. Rule number 9, know what to do with the ball before you get it. Make sure you're scanning your shoulders and are able to play one touch if needed. Study players like Sergio Busquets and Iniesta. Analyze your games and count the number of times you didn't check your shoulder when the ball was being played to you. Do it every single game with the goal to lower that number down to 0. And rule number 10, just because one coach doesn't play you doesn't mean you're not good enough. Every coach has a different style of play. You just have to find the right coach. If your coach has been giving you a hard time for months, then consider switching teams. The last thing you want to do is lose the love for the game. Remember, at a younger age, you want to put yourself over any club or coach. You are the most important asset that you're building. So focus on giving yourself the best environment to train under so you can see the fastest improvement in your game. Be selfish and put yourself first. This concludes the first episode in this 10-part series. Now take a second to comment below which one of these rules you need to work on the most. And for those of you who really enjoyed that video but want a step-by-step game plan to help you go from an average player and stand out every time you play, then go watch this video I made for you. I show you the 3 steps you need to overcome to becoming the best player in your team and sign for a pro academy. It already helped hundreds of players become the best in their team, sign for pro academies, and receive call-ups to their national teams. So click the link in the description below and I'll see you there.